Hello students, in this series of curriculum studies, today we will discuss curriculum designs part 2. So let us proceed. We have already discussed some designs in curriculum designing. Let us talk about another 3 designs. Another 3 designs are learner-centered designs. We have already discussed about subject-centered designs in detail in the curriculum studies series and curriculum design part 1. So here we will talk about different 3 kinds of learner-centered designs. Number 1 is child-centered design, 2 is experience-centered design, and third is humanistic design. Child-centered design. This design is based on the theory of John Dewey, Rousseau, Pestalozzi, and Froebel. This curriculum design is anchored on the needs and interests of the child, and in this kind of design or in this kind of curriculum based on this design, learners actively create and construct the meaning of knowledge or the materials to be learned. In the child-centered design, learning is a product of child's interaction with the environment. Learners interact with the teachers and the environment. Thus, there is a collaborative effort on both sides to plan lessons, select content, and do activities together. Here are some weaknesses and strengths of this kind of design. This design empowers students through ownership of knowledge because students own knowledge because they are the creators of knowledge, they are the constructors of knowledge, and this kind of designs allow for constructivist learning. But the contents are not so very specific, that is why sometimes it leads to some vagueness or confusions. Then comes experience-centered designs. As from the name it is very clear that this kind of curriculum will provide rich experiences to the students or learners as per their interests and needs. But we know that the learners' needs and interests are not pre-planned in this kind of design. Instead, experiences of the learners become the starting point of the curriculum. Thus, the school environment is left open and free to provide the experiences. Everything has to be done on the spot, and it cannot be anticipated that what will be the interest and need of the child today, in what kind of experience or experiences he or she needs to have. So it is very not very static, it is very dynamic. Learners are made to choose from various activities that the teacher provides. The learners are empowered to shape their own learning from the different opportunities given by the teacher. In a school where experience-centered curriculum is provided, different learning centers are found, time is flexible, and children are free to make options. Activities revolve around different emphases such as touching, feeling, imagining, constructing, relating, and other. The emergence of multiple intelligence theory easily blends well with experience-centered design curriculums. But this design also carries some weaknesses and some strengths. Naturally, it is based on the natural experiences of the children. So children are very enthusiastic and the learning height of learning is higher. But curriculum is not specific because needs and interests of the children are very dynamic and ever changing. Then comes the third part of these kind of designs, that is humanistic designs. The key lead personalities in this kind of curriculum design were Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers, and humanistic designs are based on their theories, Maslow's theory of hierarchy and Carl Rogers' theory. In a humanistic curriculum, the development of self is the ultimate objective of learning. It stresses the whole person and the integration of thinking, feeling, and doing. It considers the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains to be interconnected and must be addressed in the curriculum. It stressed the development of positive self-concept and interpersonal skills. But there are again strengths and weaknesses in this design. This design definitely promotes self-esteem among students and empowers empowers children as an individuals. But there is inadequate consideration of methods in light of consequences for learners. There is inconsistent emphasis on uniqueness of individuals and activities that all students experience. Too much emphasis on the needs of the individual over the overall society. So sometimes learners become too much self-centered with these kind of designs, and it doesn't integrate what is known about human learning and development. So this is all about the three designs in this series. Then comes the problem-centered designs. The next part we have already done. Life situation designs and core designs are two basic categories in which problem-centered designs could be divided. One is life situation design. Persistent life situations are crucial to a society's successful functioning. It makes sense to organize a curriculum around them because there are different kind of life situations and we need to make students handle these life situations. So students will see direct relevance to what they are studying if the content is organized around aspects of community life. By having students study social or life situations, they not only study ways to improve society but become directly involved in that improvement. So life situation strengths and weaknesses. Strengths are this kind of designs present subject matter in an integrated manner, means integration with life specifically, and it encourages students to learn and apply problem solving procedures. But how to determine scope and sequence of essential areas of learning is the biggest question in this kind of designs, and it doesn't expose students adequately to their cultural heritage because past is not considered anywhere. The current life situations are the only curriculum around which all the design revolves around. Then comes the core designs. Core designs were popularized by Fons and Bossing in 1959. The central focus of the core design includes common needs, problems, and concerns of the learners. The problem is selected by the teacher or the students, and a group agreement is made to identify the important problems and interests of the class. Problems are selected on the basis of developed criteria. The problem is clearly stated and defined, and then areas of study are decided and divided in the class as per the potentials of the students and their interest and their choice. So there is a group agreement in doing all the above said activities. Needed information is listed and discussed first. Then comes the resources, that which resources are required. Discussion goes on and the lists are prepared for obtaining the information. Then information is obtained and organized as the tasks have been already divided in the class. According to that only information is obtained and organized. Then it is analyzed and interpreted. Tentative conclusions are stated and tested, and a report is presented to the class and conclusions are evaluated. Then new avenues of exploration towards further problem solving are also examined. Here are some core strengths and weaknesses of core designs. Unifies content. This is the strength because this design unifies the content and provides relevant subject matter. It encourages active processing of information because students are very active in this kind of design. It fosters democratic processes in the classroom because everyone is participating equally. But it is non-traditional. It ignores the fundamentals and materials are very hard to find, and it requires an exceptionally trained teacher to handle the curriculum and the learners in this kind of designs. So that's all in this series. Thank you. See you in the next class.